Welcome to the Vinyl Files, ladies and gentlemen. I have a question. What thing in your life that you absolutely adore can you look back on and pinpoint when exactly you experienced it for the first time? Watching the original Star Wars trilogy on Christmas morning with my dad when I was 4. Buying my first rock album and putting it in the CD player on a rainy night in October of 2007. And the reason I bring that up is because today we're taking a look at DANGERDOOM, The Mouse and the Mask. I remember sitting on the school bus in 6th grade with my iPod Nano and hitting shuffle on Punk-O-Rama 10. I had just bought it. And I was expecting Pennywise or NoFX or Bad Religion, but instead hip-hop started playing through my headphones, and I was not into hip-hop at the time. I didn't really want anything to do with it because I just didn't know. And at first I was disappointed, but I had to give it the time of day because I paid a whopping $10 for it, which is a fortune to a 12-year-old. And I'm so happy I gave it a shot because it opened my mind to an entire new world of music. Obviously, I'm a big MF Doom fan. I am a big hip-hop fan. I'm still a novice, but this just was where it all began for me. Before we get started into this deep dive, I just wanted to say thanks so much for watching, and if you could, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video, and a comment. What artist or band do you vividly remember falling in love with? I was so lucky to be walking around down in the valley one day, not a sponsor, but just a fantastic record shop, my favorite record store in all of Minnesota. They are really, really good about constantly bringing in new stuff, restocking, and their selection is great, their used selection is fantastic, and they're just some of the nicest people you could ever possibly hope to have working at your local record store, even though it's like an hour-and-a-half drive for me. This album is a collaboration between Danger Mouse and MF Doom. They had worked together before this on Social Distortion off of Prince Poe's The Slickness. They had also worked together on Danger Mouse's remix of 07's Somersault, and they had also worked together on the track November Has Come from the Gorillaz' second album, Demon Days. So they're very acquainted with each other. Brian Joseph Burton, professionally known as Danger Mouse, was born in New York, moved to a suburb of Athens, Georgia, where he became acquainted with the local indie rock scene there, working with Neutral Milk Hotel, among other bands, as well as DJing for the University of Georgia's radio station, WUOG-FM. After moving to London, he sent a demo to Lex Records, and very soon after began working with them, though his rise to fame was with The Grey Album, which took Jay-Z's The Black Album and the Beatles' The White Album, and used Jay-Z's lyrics and samples from the Beatles' The White Album. And it's just, if you have not heard that, I urge you, after you watch this video, go listen to the Grey Album. You will be so happy that you did. It is a fantastic work. And it was such a novel concept at the time because there was all the stuff going on with, Lars Ulrich suing people for downloading Metallica stuff, and just illegal downloads of music in general being kind of a scare for the music industry. But this was an album that you had to download illegally because it couldn't be distributed. It's the Beatles and Jay-Z. You can't, it just wouldn't work. If you're looking for the MF Doom deep dive, go check out my video on Operation Doomsday because I definitely go much deeper into it on there. Now, either during or right after Mad Villainy, MF Doom went into the studio with Danger Mouse, and they started working on this album. And it was a collaboration with not only Danger Mouse and MF Doom, but also Adult Swim. Because if you know anything about MF Doom or Danger Mouse, there's always cartoon references. It's always there. And especially MF Doom's music, there's all kinds of cartoon references, but Danger Mouse's name is literally from a British cartoon about a mouse. On this album, you get the entire cast of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, as well as Harvey Birdman and Space Ghost. They all make little appearances, and the actual cast makes appearances on this album. And I remember hearing it when I was a kid, watching Adult Swim and hearing the backbeats and all of the bed music, I guess it would be called, but that going on Adult Swim commercials, and it's kind of been in my brain forever. I didn't really listen to this album that much back when it first came out. It was definitely a later thing for me, but when I heard it, it felt familiar because it was so just steeped into Adult Swim that it already felt familiar, even when it was fresh for me. In America, this was released off of Epitaph Records, which was a record label created by Brad Gurewitz from Bad Religion, primarily to release Bad Religion's music as well as punk stuff, but as the years went on, the roster got a lot more diverse. And it was released 6 days later in Europe on Lex Records. And the copy that I have, this is the European version because this is the Lex packaging, and this is the deluxe package. So let's get into the packaging here. The sleeve that it comes in is actually really fun because it's like a protective sleeve, but it's got the actual outline of the cover. And you got this here, which is kind of like a Rorschach test type thing, and on the other side, it's another color. And then an insert here with something more like the actual album cover. Some lyrics and whatnot on the back, track listing. Then for the second LP, yellow, and then blue. Records themselves are a nice heavyweight vinyl. I like how there's like a Ouija board on there. That's kind of fun. The second record. Now, some standout tracks off of this album, El Chupa Libre. When I first put this on my turntable, I forgot that there were censor beeps in the song, and I was devastated at first because I thought I bought a censored version, which is the worst. I accidentally did that with a Metallica album when I was a kid, Garage Days Incorporated, and So What just wasn't the same without all the cursing. But it's supposed to be there, which is good. The Mask, featuring Ghostface Killah from Wu-Tang Clan. Benzie Box, featuring CeeLo. That song is so groovy. Mincemeat, the song off of Punk-O-Rama, and the first time I had ever heard MF Doom or Danger Mouse before. Space Hose is fantastic. Bada Bing, and also the rap that Meatwad performs at the end of Bada Bing is from Beef Rap off of MF Doom's Food. Now it occurs to me, in order for this to actually be an album review, I guess I have to rate it. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 Mies. And I think that while this record doesn't draw me in, or it isn't as evocative as like Mad Villainy or Operation Doomsday, it's still a phenomenal listen. It's fun, it's funny without being a comedy album, it's just really, really solid. So definitely worth your time. Check this album out. I don't know why you'd be watching this if you didn't already know this album, but if you don't, oh my gosh, check this out. You're gonna have a blast listening to it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I have new reviews, unboxings coming out every single Friday, as well as new record releases coming out every Tuesday, so you're gonna wanna subscribe so you don't miss anything, and don't forget to leave a like on the video. And as always, remember, until the table stops spinning, just keep grinning.